I know you guys seen me on all these episodes, and you see me a part of all these different type of groups and communities. And every time you ask yourself, "Hey, Irv, what's this all about?" Oh, now you're part of this, you're a part of that. Seems like you're a little bit a part of everything. And yes, that's true. I am. With that being said, sometimes I'm gonna have my peoples on set. One of the key components is being honest with self. You know, and you'd be surprised, as you start peeling back the layers, how many are completely in denial. I have a longtime friend on the set. I can clearly say over 20,
Yep. 20 plus.
20
Just plus.
closer,
20
let's
plus.
say 20 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 20 plus
Yeah.
years. Um, I know a couple of names, but
Today, my name is Peggy.
Peggy. Nice to meet you, Peggy.
Hey, Eric.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, all right. Like the microphone's jumping pretty good. Um, we don't get a chance to kick it and talk all the time. But when we do, I think that, we're pretty fair and neutral and respectful to one another. So, I mean, I always admired how you just been just in life, period, to be honest.
Thank you.
How you just carry yourself, you know what I'm saying? You was always cool, you know what I mean? Very straight to the point. If you ain't like something, you ain't like it. And for me, I kind of respected that. You know how. I did mention you, just so you know, on one of the episodes on the podcast when I was talking about respecting people's boundaries. I believe it's the episode of Boundaries where I was talking about stepping in my homegirl's house and I had my shoes on and she stopped and she looked back and was like, "You got your sneakers on," and I
Yeah.
jumped out the
Yeah.
sneakers so
We
damn
don't,
quick.
I don't play those
So you
games.
already know I don't. Yeah, and I don't play that way either. So you already know. Um, you got a lot going on in a lot of areas to some degree. So I thought it'd be good to pretty much pull you on set, and we could sit back and have a better
Just talk.
understanding.
So yeah, I have a lot going on in a lot of different areas of life. One of the most recent things that I've started to I don't know, ponder, like put thought and energy into is sexuality and relationship styles. I am 44.
You're 44.
I am 44.
Okay.
I'll be 45.
You don't look 44.
Thank you.
You know that though.
Water and weed is all we need. Water and weed is all we need. Keep this glow. Um, and so my entire life, I have always been like in monogamous relationships. And I thought that that's how life was supposed to be.
As far as like what, every one man to every woman.
Yeah, because like that's how I was raised and that's what I was pushed towards by society, things I see on TV, religion, um, expectations for like to keep the family going and having a marriage and children and all of that stuff. So that's how I was raised and that was the community that I come from. And so I'm 44. When I was 42, um, after a relationship ended that I thought was heading somewhere, I took some time and really thought like, why am I trying to do the same thing? Like when you try to do the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results, that's insanity. I believe that's the definition of it. I'm
That
not
is the
sure.
definition of insanity. Yes.
And
Okay.
I am like crazy, but not in like in fun ways, right? I'm
But only if
crazy
you're
in fun
doing it the
ways.
same way, is you can't do it the same way. You have to learn something from the situation. It's like the light bulb.
But the thing is, a lot of people don't, because you are beat in the head like this is how you're supposed to live your life and these are the things you're supposed to aspire to and these are the things you're supposed to want, especially in terms of like family and relationships.
Uh huh.
It is a little bit more difficult to like have that light bulb moment or to learn the lesson. And so you continue to make the same mistakes because you're just kind of like, all right, well, this messed up. I'm gonna try this one again. Or this messed up, but the last one came back and like, oh, I recognize what you did was wrong. And so I'm gonna go back and try that relationship. Like this weird ass monogamous fucked up cycle. I was a part of it for a really, really long time. And for whatever reason, I had my light bulb moment when I was like 42. And at 42, I was told that I was supposed to already be married and I wasn't supposed to be a single
Who
mother.
told you that?
Society.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I hear you. Okay.
Society. And like all of the things we see on TV and all of the media, like I'm supposed to be locked down and wifed up and like all of this stuff.
But not but with everything that done happened in the world today, you think that it's just on just women in general. It's the same thing with men. We have certain things
Oh,
that's put on us also. So
absolutely.
you know what I mean? That's just in society. When we say that, it's like whose society? And like is it
The generals, because like of the things that we consume when we are on our phones, the things that we watch on
even
TV.
directly and indirectly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Your family is a part of society. And if you're
Very much so.
Caribbean versus if you are African American versus if you are like African, the societal pressures are also different. The family like expectations are different depending on your culture. So I'm of a Caribbean background. And so my pressures are what I mentioned before. And so for my society and like my community at 42, I was supposed to be with a husband, at least a kid, house, dog. You know what I'm saying? The American dream,
Yeah,
immigrant story.
yeah.
I'm supposed to be fulfilling it because of my pressures and expectations from my family. And
From past
yeah,
generations. So was it did you just one day look in the mirror and say, "Hi, I'm Peggy"?
no, Peggy emerged.
How did Peggy come about?
Um,
Because we still didn't get to.
no, I
We
haven't.
still didn't get to.
Well, so the switch, the stopping of the monogamous train,
Yeah.
that I got off of that train when I was 42. But Peggy has been emerging over time. Um, and so like in my monogamous relationships, I know that I don't know when I flirt. I'm friendly. And so if I am talking to someone, I guess
They can get it misconstrued
yeah,
as if you're trying to give 'em a little ass, and all you're doing is just saying, "Hey, today's a beautiful day. You know, I like Jill Scott, and
but
I drink
sometimes
coffee."
I was though. And then I would feel bad because I have a boyfriend and, I'm serious about him or whatever. But like
Oh, so
sometimes,
you don't feel as if you're allowed to flirt when you're in a relationship?
no, not the type of monogamous person I was in a relationship. Like I had blinders on. You were the apple of my eye. I only saw you.
But is that what you felt you had to make him feel?
Yes.
It ain't got shit to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you at all.
Yes. Because like that's a part of like, you got to make the man feel like he's the head. And,
Oh
that's
shit.
where I'm coming from. So these are the pressures.
So I understand. I understand my boy saying something like, okay, if somebody kicking the door, you know what I mean, who's the first person on the front line? And I'm like, okay, I get your point. Okay, that's great. You know what I mean? No, but everybody got different positions to play
Mhm,
in relationships.
mhm.
Yeah, man, but I don't see nothing wrong with.
And so even your statement with like everybody has different positions to play in relationships, I'm moving away from that too, but we can circle back.
So again, so now let me ask you, who's Peggy? Like what
Peggy is someone who is sexually liberated, um, who is um, moving away from the societal pressures and expectations for how I should or could live my life. Um, Peggy is in protest of like everything that I was taught. And so she is a manifestation of all that I wished I could have been when I was younger. and now feel like I have the freedom to be right now.
Is that's not, and I mean, and I don't want to sound like an asshole. Please check me. This is not like like a midlife crisis, no,
Oh no, it's a crisis. Just it's a life crisis.
because you lied. Do you feel as if you lied to yourself for a very long time?
So I have been,
That's why when you felt guilty when you flirted back with people, you know what I'm
yes,
saying? I was just
yes.
having that conversation with a girlfriend of mine, and her man was showing signs of insecurity, and I said, even as confident as I am in myself, I say, when Morris Chestnut or certain people of a certain caliber walk in the room, you know what I'm saying? You still know where you at, but you gotta know when to take a step back. Like, I mean, that's motherfucking Morris Chestnut. All right, let's get something straight. All right, don't act like we don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna suck my man. All right now, but yeah, I'm still ain't. I'm not shit in certain rooms, but you know. So do you so are you is the word fluid?
Am I fluid?
Because fluid means you just go with the flow, right?
Um, no. All right. So I am
You're not monogamous.
currently I am practicing ethically, like ethical non-monogamy. That's what I've
Ethical
been.
non-monogamy.
Mhm.
Give me one or two more layers.
All right. So again, I've been in this lifestyle for 2 years. And so my understanding of E&M is that you have connections or relationships with people, and everyone is aware that you are in these connections and relationships with other people, as
E
opposed to
E and M.
E&M,
What's this? E?
ethical non
Oh,
monogamy.
E-N-M.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were saying like E and M.
E, like
Like
ethical, N, like non,
yeah,
and
like
M,
E-N-M.
monogamy.
Hmm. So how does well hmm. how does one find another in the world of E-N-M?
I'm learning that there's so many different ways. And also, surprisingly, a lot of men who practice monogamy but cheat are actually not monogamous. They just don't know how to live
They don't know how to live in the world of
their life.
E-N-M.
Hmm.
Got it.
So like
I understand what you're saying.
as I meet more men, because I'm single. So like as I meet more men and I tell them up front, like I am not monogamous. And then they're like, what does that mean? Tell me more.
I I I come across, and this New York, and you know we always have the joke. We always have the joke where my boy said, "Oh, women don't flirt with men in New York,"
Oh yeah, we do.
and I was like, "Shit!" I said, "You
Yeah, we do.
tripping?
We
Oh, we
absolutely do.
clearly ain't in the same place." But again, I realized we don't do the same things. We don't wear the same cologne. We do wear the same fragrances. We don't do the same shit. You know what I mean? But you know, we work in a school. So he said, "Women flirt with you?" I said, "All the time." He'd be like, "Word?" I'd be like, "Yeah, but you know, sometimes that's just what it is. It's more like, you smell so." And I'd be like, "Thank you. You have a beautiful
Thank you so
day.
much.
Thank you so much." She'd be
Blessings.
like, "If I smell you, if I see you again, you're gonna tell me what that fragrance is." And it's small little things where it's like
Mhm.
New York moments, where it's like a 1 in a million chance that I'll see her again. Then again,
But then also, I have been fortunate enough. I feel like the universe is helping me out. Like since I've decided to like embark on this journey, I legit have just been meeting people who are like, "Oh, I'm poly." Do you know what that is?
that's the why I was saying what I was getting it with on the train with being hit on, because I realized that certain women, you know, they smell me on the train. You know, we're close rush hours and women like that, and they say certain things to me, and like I get certain invites to certain worlds because I'm a part of a lot of different parts of
Life.
a life. Period. You know, hello, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So you know, I get a front row seat to it, and I feel a little spoiled to it because a lot of people don't get that luxury. I get older women who say things to me, and I,
Older women are now.
huh? She bumped into me and she said, "Oh, excuse me." I said, "Oh, it's okay, no problem." I said, "Nice shoes." She says, "What you know about these shoes?" I said, like about 1,400, right?" He said, "Yeah, you know your shoes." She's like, "Yeah, so when we're having dinner and you taking me somewhere," I was like, "I'm not taking you anywhere." But you're right, they're very, very, they don't play with you.
Yeah.
They ain't playing. Let you know right off the top that, yo, listen, you want me to show you something? I live right on Fifth Ave. I'm like, yo, you, woo. But
Because I
I'm
feel
not
like
a,
the older you get, the less inhibited you are.
yeah, you don't give a fuck.
Like,
You don't give a fuck. Yeah,
zero fucks are being given.
I respect that.
So yeah. So anyway, so like I also have been going to like meet and greets and social events. I'm a part of like apps for people who are in the lifestyle, as they call it. I also need to figure out why they call it the lifestyle. I'm still trying to figure that out, but that's what they
Because
call it.
it's how you're living. You're engulfed in the life, the style, and the direction of what's happening in this world. A lot of things. That's when you asked, am I familiar with poly? I was like, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, very much so. I mean, I never got to explore it to some degree. I mean, I've had a threesome before. If that's poly.
No, not necessarily.
I
So
mean, I know it's like a long connection, more of a spiritual
that's more of like a kink, uh, or like
fetish.
yeah. If you have a thing for group sex or like you like to be in the mix of that type of thing, it could be a fetish slash kink. But polyamory, the working definition, things are changing these days, but the definition of it is someone who's able to love multiple people and like have working relationships with them. So like you could be in a relationship with this one, like a legit relationship with all the things, and be in a relationship with that one and all, and so on and so forth. That's polyamory. Um, the definition these days I'm learning is changing to mean um, I just want to let you know that I'm fucking a lot of people.
We're gonna come back to that right there
That's
because
what I'm
that's how we're
learning.
gonna start with. We're live on set. Irv, Peggy, we're in the studio, and you see what direction we're going in, right? Yeah, buckle up. It's gonna be an interesting ride, it seems. Yeah. You love creating, you love music, and you deserve to have a studio that works for you, not the other way around. That's where some entertainment comes in. Guys, they're unapologetically dedicated to doing it right from the start. Some Law knows every project is unique. They'll set you up with a smart budget plan that's built around your vision. They're with you every step of the way, checking in, guiding, making sure you're always on track, if you know what I mean. With us, no more struggling between the wants and the needs. Get what's essential so you can focus on what matters. Hey, Governor trusted, and it's simple. They care about bringing your ideas to life. Photo shoots, headshots, videos, music production. Someone has experience to bring your vision out of your head and into the world. Don't wait any longer, yeah? Call us and take the next step to sharing what you've been dreaming of. And I'll see you in the studio. Yeah. This hot toddy. I don't know if I'm putting the actual ingredients in the description. Fucking delicious. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's now a whiskey sour, you know.
Because he let it get cold.
Mhm.
So it just turned into a whiskey sour.
Delicious. I need to go to another commercial break just to make another one.
Maybe on the next break.
You know what? I'm definitely gonna do that. I promise you to. And we're back. We're live on set. Irv. We have
And Peggy.
and Peggy. And Peggy was talking about, we was mentioning polyamory,
Yes.
and you was correcting me on just because you have a threesome, you know what I mean, and you done got with two women, that's not polyamory, correct?
Correct.
You just had a little freaky, little freaky ass,
You,
looking
you
nine
had
god.
you had sex.
That's what it was. All he did was have sex with two females, huh?
That's it. Or
And he
two
turned
males
up.
or
Whatever it is, to
three,
each his own,
whatever.
right? Yeah, but
Whatever.
that's not polyamory.
No.
It's a deeper connection.
It's supposed to be. Yes.
So then, what do you mean?
Again, I really do hope people like comment on this because I am still learning. But what I'm learning with polyamory is that the definition I gave you before of like the ability within yourself to like love and emotionally connect with multiple people and have like relationships with these people.
Like
That's polyamory.
like Neo.
I don't know about Neo. What's going on with Neo?
Neo, he's in relationships with like 3 or 4 women. Like real relationships. Like they really, really
Then yes, like Neo.
yes.
That's what I know polyamory to
You
be.
didn't know that about him?
I didn't.
Hmm.
Um,
Good. That's interesting.
well, thank you for the pop news. And I didn't know. And but yeah, what I'm learning is that's not what's going on for everybody. Some people are using polyamory to just have the excuse to fuck multiple people, but not necessarily emotionally connect and love.
Connect, love, and build.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's where I was hearing one of my friends say on the West Coast, how he would say like it's one man to every 7 women.
I'm sorry, where's this?
No, he was saying this, right? He was
Like in
mentioning this.
general?
Yeah, he was like, that's why there'd be so many like, single women. And if you look at it, I guess because of his religion as well, his background, he he was just looking at it where it's like how he gives himself to women. I think it's about just really being honest with self. A lot of men don't know how to be, like they haven't done the work on themselves to really understand like what it means to, like in invest. I had a friend who mentioned it to me a long time ago, and shout out to her. She says, and she meant it respectfully. She says, "Hey, you and T ever thought about? Because I could fit in real good with you guys."
Oh, she wanted to be down in the relationship, like a throuple situation.
And I looked at her and I was like, "T, don't get down like that." She says, "Oh, but I'm just, I just love the way you guys are."
And she wanted a part of it.
And she mentioned, and she was so real about it, and I love her for that. And I was like, I get where you're going with it. She was like, yo, but I just think it's cool though. But, it's a thought. You know what I'm saying? But
And if you were able, and if T was down, then when you entered into the relationship with this other person, you would have then now been polyamorous.
yes.
As long as also they're allowed to form connections of their own with other people.
Now, when you say form their connections with other people, that means them being able to explore other relationships as
Correct.
well.
Because love is love, and that's what polyamory is supposed to be.
Niggas ain't buying that shit.
Which then, so on the other
Well,
side,
I'm a correction because it's a difference between men and
yes. Well, that means that them is polygamous. There's a definition. There's a difference between polyamorous and being polygamous. So like using the same situation. So you and T, right? And then let's say you get with this other person and you genuinely love them both. You're having separate relationships, and these bitches are mine. They are monogamous for you only. They cannot connect and form any relationships. You're just trying to get wives.
So that's polyamorous.
That's polygamy.
Polygamy is where it's just you and your woman and they don't go anywhere.
They don't go anywhere.
Okay. Well, then you know what? You know that okay. That's what I see a lot of men. If they had it their way, that's how
Hmm.
they'll see it.
Yep,
That's
self.
how I see
But again, to each his own. I don't mean to call anybody practicing polygamy selfish. If you like it, I love it. Yep. I'm just trying to make sure that these words are being used in the way that they're supposed to be. We're just out here saying stuff.
I could never, could never let Tanya just go do whatever she want, and I just go no, no,
So then that lifestyle may not be for you.
yeah.
Continue as you've been doing.
You know, it's interesting. You know how like I think all guys, if they really, really did the work on themselves, that they would like look into that world a little bit deeper before they
Hmm.
start. Like, because I mean, that's pretty much how we're designed. A lot of guys,
Society told you that.
yeah, but I mean, doesn't it feel good to just have like someone that you know, like that's that you feel that's just for you?
Um, I used to feel that way. Yes. Now I like having and receiving love and care from multiple people.
So you don't get jealous.
Oh man, of course I get jealous. I'm still trying to work through jealousy. Jealousy is crazy. Jealousy is crazy.
Why? Because you can like is it like the attention that they giving the other person?
So I feel like everybody experiences jealousy for different reasons, right? And in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, when that feeling of jealousy comes about, it's me comparing myself to the other woman and trying to figure out, like, but I look this way and she looks that way. And why he don't, you know what I'm saying? Like she looks completely different from me. And so I'm like, oh, is this what he likes? So that's where the conversation starts in my brain.
Okay,
And
so
then it just it spirals.
this I'm curious. Like, what is it about what you see in those other? And it's only other women, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's not like your man's out there with men as well. Right?
I've had partners that were bisexual, but
Okay,
I
well,
don't get jealous of their male partners. Sometimes I be trying to.
try and get your little son,
I'm
son.
like, hey.
Yeah, you know. So is it like is this something like a secret society as well? Is this because this isn't like big known? Is it known like everyday common? Like I don't feel as if I hear about it. Like even like like that like like I say I know what EDM is, electronic dance music and shit. I
ENM, yeah, ethical non-monogamy. Yeah.
mm,
So like if it's not a secret society, it's there if you look for it, but it's not hiding. So like like legit Google poly communities, polyamorous communities in Brooklyn. You can look for meetups. You can go on freaking um what's not Evite, what's the one? Can't remember the name of the app where you go looking for events in the city. Eventbrite. Like you can find places. There are apps. You know what I'm saying? Like if
I
you
never knew that there were apps for. So is it polyamorous and like polygamy in the same app type situation, or is it different? Like, I don't like. I think
no,
it's like
so
one and the same, isn't it? One and the same,
it is not. There is a difference.
like long distance cousins or something like that.
No.
Long long distance siblings. I mean, they seem
Mm,
related. They're
no.
related
No.
because,
The only part of it that's related is the word poly. That's it.
and that's I believe that's where
Because
we in
the
society where we get mixed up with. We hear that. You know what I'm saying?
so these days when I meet folks and they're like, I'm poly, I'm like, okay, are you polyamorous or polygamous? Which poly? Define your poly. Because a lot of people don't know
So you
that there's a difference.
polyamorous.
I am not polyamorous at all. I'm practicing ethical non-monogamy. I can only love one person. I cannot love you and him and them. I can't love I don't have that within me.
So then
But I can love you and I can fuck everybody in the room
that's
and
what
then
I'm
tell you about it
saying.
and then let you know that I'm doing it.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. And that's be the one. And you crush his heart
No, because
because he know already.
while I'm over here fucking this half of the room, you could be on that side fucking the other half. We can switch, rotate, we can join in together.
And then you just go get some shrimp and grits for breakfast.
Yes, with some orange juice.
French toast. Syrup.
Uh-huh.
Maple syrup, 100% maple syrup. A little powdered sugar and everything.
All of that. So it does take like-minded, kindred. So you know what I'm saying? So if you're not with the shits, then this life isn't for you. And even you embarking on this journey isn't for you if it wasn't already kind of there. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just kind of I'm free. And so I'm just living the life that I've always wanted to live and meeting people who are living it already or down to experience it with me.
Let me ask you a question. Help me out with this, because I think I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Don't do that. That hurts.
No, check me out, because back then, and I mean, you know me for some years, I always hung around a lot of different females.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I've gotten in my serious relationship, and though I'm in a monogamous relationship, me and Tanya been together for a long time, and I love her, and shout out to her as well. I'm saying that is there how and I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, so guys, I love you guys, and I love you guys as well. You know what I'm saying? You know how females got that the gay best friend that they always out with. Sometimes I just wanted to hang out with a group of my homegirls and just chill. You know what I'm saying, man? Nothing where I'm trying to be all extra, or even where I'm even aiming to be physical with them as well. Sometimes I just like to sit around,
and
being on the set.
Female energy.
Yeah, I'm around my fly ass homegirl right now. You know what I'm saying? It's I like to be around, fly people and just chilling, but at the same time, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Is that still labeled as?
No, that's you hanging with friends.
You gotta help me out here a little bit. You feel me? Listen, we're gonna go to commercial break. Peggy's gonna give me a better understanding of what the hell's going on.
Hot toddies?
Listen, we're gonna get to the hot toddies as well. We're gonna get that out the way. We're gonna get the water boiling, and we'll be back. We're live on set. Oh gosh. Creating, you love music, and you deserve to have a studio that works for you, not the other way around. That's where Some Law Entertainment comes in. These guys, they're unapologetically dedicated to doing it right from the start. Some Law knows every project is unique. They'll set you up with a smart budget plan that's built around your vision. They're with you every step of the way, checking in, guiding, making sure you're always on track. What more could you ask for? With Some Law, there's no more struggling between the wants and the needs. They get what's essential so you can focus on what matters, what you love to do. They're governor trusted, and it's simple. They care about bringing your ideas to life. Photo shoots, headshots, videos, music production. Some Law has the experience to bring your vision out of your head and into the world. Don't wait any longer. Call them and take the next step to sharing what you've been dreaming of. And I'll see you in the studio. Slow too. I don't want another whiskey sour. Not direct. Cheers. Yes. Ignoring the cameras. Now, take your microphone back over.
All right, can you hear me? Or is it working?
You bouncing, okay. You clear. All right,
and
in 10, 9, 8. I can't believe I made this. Listen, I made this. So my first hot toddy, get you on.
It's good.
Yeah, this is on the menu. This is officially on the menu
You're
now.
welcome. I can't believe you didn't know about it.
I mean, I know about, like I mentioned, I know about like tea and then splashing brandy wine in there. I do that I do that. But this is,
Have you had a French 75?
no,
Are you a gin person?
no.
I feel like a French 75 might change your mind.
A French 75? French 75, put in the comments. I want to know before I actually get it. I might have, so is it expensive bottle?
No, so you make a French 75. There are like ingredients. So
Okay.
I can tell you the ingredients.
It's gin.
It's a gin
Any
base.
gin? Because I
Gin
have
of your
gin.
choice.
I have gin upstairs in one of the bars.
All right, you trying to get us fucked up. All right, so it's gin.
I'm saying to you, I told you.
Well,
okay,
listen to the ingredients.
Let's see if I have
and then-
everything
yeah,
now.
all right,
Okay, let's
so
see about
it's-
this one.
All right, it's gin, lemon juice, but fresh lemon juice, not like from the bottle, not from Key Food. Prosecco,
Mm-hmm.
simple syrup,
Yes,
ice, a shaker.
I have one right there in the studio.
All right, so here's what you do. Everybody, this is a Friend 75. Here's what you do. Or my version of a Friend 75. Here's how I make it at home. I don't know if any bartenders are listening and let me know if I'm right or wrong. But
This is Peggy's French 75.
this is a Peg 75.
A Peg.
So
That was a good one.
thank you. I try. So in the shaker, you put your ice, you put your gin, you put your simple syrup, and you put your fresh squeezed lemon juice. Then you shake, 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 shake. You pour it into WeHood, whatever mug, a cup,
your glass of
a
choice.
holder, a bowl,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You pour it in there, and then you float on top Prosecco or some sort of sparkling dry wine or champagne. You can do, again, WeHood, so ain't nothing wrong with no Cobel or like, what's the other one? What's the other hood champagne that's like $8? Gives you a headache the next day. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh gosh.
So anyway, with all of those ingredients, you taste mostly the lemon and the sweetness from the lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Hints of the gin, whatever the flavor of the gin is, there are hints there, yes. But then there's the Prosecco on top or the wine on top. I feel like it could convert you to gin if you try it.
That's converting me right now.
And at least it won't be a whiskey sour. You're drinking it while it's hot.
Oh, baby, get you a hot toddy for your body. Just because, you know what I'm saying? A Peg 75.
A Peg 75.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to have that. I mean,
I need to like copyright that.
you know where.
If I see a Peg 75 in somebody's menu, I might flip a table. So be warned. She flips tables.
No, don't worry. I'm gonna get you to sign. I'm gonna get you to just come make it on the set. Be like, listen, you can't get a Peg 75, but Peg has to make it. Go sometimes. Yeah. So we was talking about the difference between polygamy
And polyamory.
polyamory. Polygamy is for those.
The key difference. All right. Maybe I can. All right. The key difference between
The
polygamy.
gunny. The gunny is what is the
The gummy.
the gunny.
The gummy is the person. Oh, and then we have to talk about polyandry. There's a lot of polys, yo. This lifestyle is very interesting, and
So
it
what's
is
a
vast.
poly what?
Polyandry.
A polyandry. I ain't never heard. I don't think I've.
A polyandrous person is a woman who is the opposite of a polygamist, where she has multiple
Husbands.
or
okay.
life partners, and
Yes,
then
I've seen that.
she is the focus. They don't have others.
Yes, I've seen a video online and I thought it was pretty cool. I like the way.
You like that?
Well, I mean, not for me, not the lifestyle for me,
But you thought it
But
was cool that women can.
yeah, because she was fly and she put that shit on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, somebody gonna have to fold. Like you want a baby, you gonna have to share her.
Yeah. And
Some things you gonna have to share.
so polyandry and polygamy, they're the brother and sister. Like they're the opposites. Polygamy is for like a man who wants to have multiple uh
Wives.
wives, life partners, but he is the focus. She or they cannot have others.
Yes.
Polyandry is the same, it's just with a woman as
Woman.
the head.
Okay.
Polyamory is anyone who has the capacity within themselves to love on me and her and her and her. And we each feel like we have authentic
Connect
relationships
a
with you.
soul, a
Yes.
connection to you.
Yes.
So it's not about just not getting up to get your back
No.
blown out.
It's I want to
It's
get to know you. I
yeah,
want
for
to
real.
build something and
So
like
wasn't that just having a friend? Why can't you just be a friend?
because
It's because you have sexual interest. You see something. Do you
and the love
immediately?
that you're experiencing is more of the romantic love and not like the friendship love.
What you mean?
Oh, don't get me talking on love. This is a whole nother session. My lover and I talked about love and the word deserve
So
the
you
other
only
day.
have one lover.
Currently, I have one lover. Yes.
You can have several lovers.
Yeah,
Cause
I'm
you said you
actually.
can love everybody. So you a lover. You a lover. You love everybody.
I don't call people that I sleep with my fuck buddies or like lover is more classy.
So you don't call your people you intimate with your fuck. You don't use.
No,
You
you're my
don't.
lover.
It's not derogatory.
I feel
You don't
like
want to. You don't want to like.
it makes it sound cheap and frivolous. We've connected. And so like though we are not in a relationship and like I don't
But it is a
romantically
relationship.
we are not in a quote unquote partnership where we are.
Where our lights are on at all times.
It's okay. Oh,
Howdy.
but yeah, so like for me, the way I define lover, and again, this entire thing is very like individualistic and like you make it your own is what
Okay.
I'm learning. But there are clear definitions between the titles that people are walking around calling themselves. But so for me, a lover is basically a classy way of calling my fuck buddy, my fuck buddy. I don't want to. We were at an event last night together, and somebody asked me if I was here with someone, and I was like, yes, I'm here with my lover, as opposed to yeah, I'm here with the nigga I'm fucking. That's not cool. So I
Okay,
feel
I
like
hear
if
you, but
I
I'm saying so. My thing is though, when you do that, you don't feel as if that's a way of pushing people away. Also,
no, because I'm at an event with people who are either ENM or poly in some way, and
oh, so
so
it's because you're amongst the community,
I'm with
it's
my
easy,
tribe.
yeah. So it's
Yeah,
easy to just be
we,
without having to
I
think too
can
much.
speak in the way that I speak.
And I think that's why I get approached by women as well because me being just having a open sense of humor, even like on the train, I just navigate a certain way where you can see like some of them have approaches more where it's like some ask the weirdest questions, maybe short conversations, but it's like it seems like a large community of women who are like respectfully on the prowl,
And then you
like
asked before, like if it's a secret society. It's not. If you look, you will find. You know, seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? That whole like closed mouths don't get fed. Like that whole shit is real. So like if you're sitting there and you're just like wondering and just like building up curiosity forever, 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 and if that's all you want to do is just think and ponder and be curious, then cool. But
how I have to ask now because you said as far as jealousy,
mm.
how did she look?
Oh, I experienced jealousy with different
So you
partners.
said it's like they don't look like you.
Yeah, so sometimes I had a partner that we ended because he did not disclose that he was into non-melanated women. And
He
I
has to tell you that.
I asked because it's something for me that I really just want to connect and be around my people. I feel like white people have their space. And I wanted someone, and I still want people who are just into melanated people. That's just for me. If you are into other things, I'm not here to yuck your yum. For me and
But
my
but but
household,
but 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 my thing is though, as long as they loving you and they being a certain way with you,
yes,
shouldn't that all
and
that matter? Because if they allowed to, because I mean, you don't have there is no number, no limit of how many lovers they can have, right?
correct.
So then why can't they go out there and just
My
like so
personal
every
preference,
woman that they have to be with has to be
melanated.
melanated woman, every one of them.
My personal preference, and again, I've only been embarking on this journey for 2 years, and who's to say I won't like evolve and like change this mindset and way of thinking? But currently,
You have to be a little bit more understanding. It's like
I actually don't
I mean
because
I'm not saying that you have to. Let me take that back.
I
My
don't.
apologies, because it's like I ain't trying to tell you how to live. You know what I'm like? Who the fuck you talking to? Me? I mean, tell me how to live. Shit. I'm just so I guess like how okay, like how some women look for a man who makes six figures, who's 6 foot, who got a six pack, right? When they look for those expectations, those standards, it's like it gets like the chances become slimmer and slimmer.
But then shout out to the women who get those things.
But it's still very, very few.
I hear what you're trying to say, and here's what I am gonna say.
Yes. Tell me. I want to hear it.
So what I started off saying was like right now, because I am 2 years in, and like prior to 2 years ago, this was not something that I had to think about because I was monogamous and in relationships with Black men that was with me as a Black woman, right? And so now I'm in this realm and having to have to be considerate of people's being like an individual and liking what they like. What I'm gonna say is this: I also like what I like, and I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum, and I don't want anybody to yuck mine. And so if I'm allowing you to like do your thing, and if we're communicating and I ask you a question, please answer it truthfully
Just be
so that
100.
I can then also make good decisions for myself. The issue with that partner was that that information wasn't disclosed when I asked. Now, had he disclosed it, it could have been something that I could have worked through because I was really
You
into
could have
him.
considered, but he didn't give you the chance.
That
So he's
information
being
wasn't
selfish.
exactly. And so
Got it.
that's really the issue. So then from there, my jealousy then became, why the fuck a white girl? You're going from like a power to the people, locks, all natural person to something that is completely. So then from there, that's for that particular situation, that was the jealousy. Like, why? I was confused.
Isn't that like sometimes like I have oh god, is that so interesting? Um Everybody have different kinks, right?
I asked. That's all I'm saying. Like, had you just said, yes, I am into snow bunnies and I like my vaginas non-melanated. Like, had you said something
I don't know
when
about
I
all that, man.
asked,
Ain't nothing like a melon.
I seriously wish that I had the
Ain't
opportunity
nothing
to
like a black woman.
decide, but I was like, I feel like I was deceived, and now like betrayed because there was a trust component, and so like you've broken trust.
You ever dated a white man before?
No,
That your type?
no,
Never like had like an attraction to
I really like Johnny Depp.
you like the savage. You
I
just
like
don't.
also Johnny Depp is like, I don't know his background or whatever.
Johnny Depp's the exception, huh?
Johnny Depp is the exception.
Johnny
I would
Depp
throw
is
my
the
panties at Johnny Depp. I would.
All right, well, what do you think about the cologne Savage? You know about that idea?
No,
Well,
I'm not cool. Come on, you
well,
know
I'm
this
just
about me. I'm
using it
not
as the
cool. I'm not.
example of. I said that to say that when I put that on, I called that to Johnny Depp because he The one his
Oh, that's his
pictures.
cologne.
That's his cologne.
Ooh, can I smell that?
Of course, I let you go. So while we go on commercial break, I'm gonna let her hear, let her smell
Let's manifest Johnny.
Savage Dior, and yeah. But when I do throw it on though,
Noses locked to your neck.
oh boy, and that's when them elders pop up. Them non-melanated
Again.
elders on the 405 train. I get off
And
at
again,
86th Street.
if you appreciate non-melanated elders, I am not here to yuck your yum, brother.
I love that.
Cheers
Yucky
to
yum.
you.
I don't know. We got a lot of titles, but we'll be back. We're going on break. Peggy, Irv. So you love creating, you love music, and you deserve to have a studio that works for you, not the other way around. That's where Some Law comes in. These guys, they're unapologetically dedicated to doing it right from the start. Some Law knows every project is unique. They'll set you up with a smart budget plan that's built around your vision. They're with you every step of the way, checking in, guiding, making sure you're always on track. With us, there's no more struggling between wants and needs. They get what's essential so you can focus on what matters. Hey, the governor trusted, and it's simple. They care about bringing your ideas to life. So, photo shoots, headshots, videos, music production, Some Law has the experience to bring your vision out of your head and into the world. Don't wait any longer. Call us and take the next step to share what you've been dreaming of. And I'll see you guys in the studio.
He is the only, and I don't know where he's from, but he always looks so brown to me. Is he Greek or something? He looks kind of olivey or something. Come on, Johnny. Is there one for women?
You know what's funny though? So check it out though.
Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp.
No. Take a spray into the cap and let it air out for like 30 seconds. Me,
I really didn't need that though. I can tell.
No, but when I put it on, it's like okay. But then when I get to like, if I put it on here like at 6:30, by the time like 9 o'clock,
And I wonder if some dude's gonna be like, "Yo, you wearing Savage?"
Savage.
I'm sorry. Like, I wonder if some dude's gonna be like, "Yo."
You that motherfucker Savage.
Oh, me just doing that, I smell like it.
Oh yeah, you on it. It's
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Johnny. And the guy named Johnny gonna walk up to you.
Come through, Johnny. That is the only. Oh, also no, I lied. Johnny Depp and Sean Connery from back in the day, like OG, younger Sean Connery. Other than that, nah, I've not. Nope. Everybody that's been in here has been melanated. Melanated.
So you've never been in a relationship with a white man?
No.
Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
And in 10, 9, 8. So we hot toddying right now and we manifesting Johnny Depp. Though I have on Creed Green Irish Tweed today, Peggy would suggest you go out there and make sure you get some of that Savage.
It smells so good.
Yeah, like that?
Is there a girl? Is there like perfume?
You asked me that and I'm not sure, but you know what? We need to look into it.
We need to Google, because if there's a lady version, I would like it.
Well, I will say.
Think about Johnny Depp every time.
When I put this on, it is that 2 hours later, be like, God damn.
Also, for anybody else who loves Johnny Depp, I'm into the Johnny Depp that was in Benny and June.
Okay, so you have a specific
era of Johnny Depp.
But then again, I think that's for all of us. Don't we all have a specific era of something that
Nia Long?
You know, it's funny.
Stacey Dash.
It's funny you said that. Check it out. So We did when I did I was at Black Women in Hollywood,
Mhm.
and I'm there with like Ava DuVernay. I mean, we got all these people here. I'm so glad to see Regina Hall, and I saw Robin Givens.
From back in the day, I remember she was a thing amongst the community.
But respectfully, she still looks so fucking
I
great.
am trying to be one of those old ladies,
She
yo.
looks amazing. So it's funny how I said, you was a childhood crush of mine. She was like, "Oh, come on, let's get a picture." I said, "You think I'm not gonna get my picture?" So I passed it to another guy I took a picture for, and he took the picture, and it was like so cool. But she smells so good, and she still carries herself so.
Do you know some people don't hold cologne and perfume on their skin? Like it's legit, like their DNA or like composition of cells where they don't hold on to the smell of perfume.
That's why I was mentioning. Like my friend, he was asking like how do you wear cologne depending on the scents. Certain parts that you put on, it may not stick on. That's why I mentioned when I put that on, I have to like be like moving, and then it goes with my body heat,
Like
and
after, you
then
gotta
it
warm
open
yourself up.
to some degree. Got to
You gotta
travel a
warm
little
up.
bit. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. I'm gonna tell people to try that because like I,
Because that's when the fragrance releases.
my favorite scent is Coco Chanel. Like I've only ever worn Coco Chanel. I was introduced to it by a cousin that used to steal it from the mall. One year she stole me a bottle. Shout out cousin. And
Shout out, cuz.
and
Yeah, committing crimes. Is your cousin married with children by now? Like, she's talking about me, right?
I ain't say no names, but they know who they are. Shout out. Yeah, and so ever since then, Coco Chanel has been like my scent. But over the years, I don't hold on to it anymore. So like in order for me to like be able to smell it and enjoy it, I have to spritz it on my clothes so that it
I don't
sits
like
in the
cologne. I don't
fabric.
like cologne sitting on the fabric.
I don't either, but I don't know what else to do to like enjoy it. So I
Oh,
took a break.
I got a secret.
But I took a break. I haven't like worn Chanel in like 4 or 5 years. So I feel like at this point my skin may have, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
but there's a secret.
reset.
There's new secrets that exist.
Tell me one.
Well, you do traveling.
Hmm.
You can get the travel size of the Vaseline, melt it, spray your fragrance in there, stir it up, and then let it put in the fridge and let it harden back up. So whenever you want, you could just take a little bit and then you can just rub it on you, and it's your scent
What kind of
engulfed in you.
witchcraft is this? How
And
do
you
you
put
know
it on the
this?
back of your pressure points
How do
where
you
your
know
body
this?
would heat, where your body creates heat
How'd you,
naturally.
how'd you know?
I had a girlfriend who used to do that on this all the time. She used to get all small jars of it, and she, like you said, she'll have Chanel, she'll have Dior, she'll have.
Can I know her background or ancestry? Like, how did she know this?
She just flies. She always put that shit on. Her favorite day of the week, her favorite time of day is morning because she gets to put on her uniform outfit. She was a big dresser. She's really the reason why I'm a shoe whore, to be honest. So you know what I'm saying? But she was really, really one of those. She loved to get dressed in the morning. She took pride.
In
Put
just getting
put
dressed.
that shit on, yo.
I used to be that way.
She always put that shit on. Shoe game galore. She don't wear heels as much as she used to though, but
I
it's
only
a
do
damn
that
shame.
now when I go to play parties. I take pride. Dress play parties.
You
I'm
should.
really into what I look like.
So
So
you put that shit on as well? And you pretty tall too, so I'm like, you wear heels?
so it depends on the scene. Do you know what I mean by scene?
Yes.
Okay, so it depends on the scene. I've been in scenes and spaces where heels are required and or appreciated.
Yes. All the
Um,
time.
but then like so I'm going to a day play party on Saturday and it's themed. It's like 90s R&B. I'm not wearing no fucking heels. I'm rolling up in like some Adidas and like a negligee.
Uh,
With some bamboo earrings.
at least two pair.
My Fendi bag and a bad attitude.
With a lollipop.
Word. So like, it depends.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. What's up? Something popped in my head. I was gonna ask because you said something. Um, slipped my mind. Already slipped my mind. So cool.
because of the hot toddies.
Oh no! Yes, I need that. I need another one of those. Believe it or
The
not.
herb toddies.
Oh, word up, for real, right?
The hot Irvies. You're welcome.
I'll take it.
So the Peggy 75 and the hot Irvies. You're welcome.
Hey, listen. And this drink of choice today is
A hot Irvie.
now I have to ask because I saw and respectfully, I mean, she's a white woman, but she's super tall. I see her on the train, but she's holding this guy's hand, and he's like, she's maybe 6'3". He's maybe,
That's a tall lady.
and he's maybe 4'11". He's a short. He's that short, and he's holding her hand, and
Did it look like mother and son?
but it's like that's his Budo, and she be going out, she leans all the way down and kiss him, and I seen him be like, wow, right? But it's one of those things that I look at and I be like, that is so awkward. So I'm asking now you, because you are pretty fair.
I'm 5'8" and 3/4.
Yeah, but with heels on, you go all the way up even higher.
Yeah.
So do you have a thing? Are you attracted to short men?
The last short person that he's not even really that short. My son's father is like an inch shorter than me. So I'm 5'8". Nope, 5'8" and 3/4. And he's legit 5'7". And so that was the last short
He's
person.
5'7".
And I'm 5'8"
Let
and
me see.
3/4.
Stand up, please. Nah, you're not that taller.
I'm 5'8" and 3/4.
Yeah, all right,
Put some respect on my 3/4.
yeah. Listen, you got it.
And so I am not attracted physically to men that are shorter than me. When I meet men that are shorter than me, I automatically assume that I'm gonna dom them.
You cannot really believe that.
I'm gonna repeat what I just said.
That you believe
When I meet men,
when you meet men,
when they approach me,
when they approach you, okay.
And
you don't approach short men because you believe that you can control them.
I'm gonna dom you.
You're going to?
That's my belief. Yes.
The belief.
And so like
now when you say that, that means like you're just gonna run their whole. You're gonna run their.
I'm going to be the more sexually aggressive one. I'm gonna be the one like running the experience. Like I'm gonna dom you.
You're gonna run the show.
Yes. So if you're shorter or if you're younger, because they don't believe.
Now younger, I could understand.
Oh, I'm totally doming you.
If you're younger, then of course, I mean that goes both ways though.
I've been like on your knees, like I'm doming you. And then if you're shorter, something about like, oh, I can just, because I'm limber, right? So I'm like, if I can stand and just like lift my leg and put it on your your shoulder without trying.
What?
That means that I can also like put you in a headlock with my legs and then like dominate you.
But men are like naturally just stronger.
Yes, and so
you ain't really that heavy. You
No, but I'm also strong. Like I don't need to look a certain, like I'm strong, I'm muscular under here. I'm squishy and strong. There's muscles under here.
Squishy and strong.
But anyway, long story short, I am not immediately physically attracted to someone that is shorter than me. Not to say that like short men won't have a chance. It's just not an immediate thing. I will converse. I will get to know you. I'm down to like letting friendships turn into situationships, turning into lovers, turning into
That's what I was gonna ask. I was saying, I'm like, when you have these play moments. I mean, do you play with shorter men? Is it easy? Is it more fun because you can dom and you can just see that day? do you do different languages when you? I'm asking.
No,
I'm curious.
I know I don't.
Because I mean, Peggy could be a totally different person. I got some homegirls
she is.
I mean, what?
She is, but no.
I could believe that.
I don't.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah, for the most part, I don't. When it comes to like someone who like a man who's shorter, like I said, I again am evolving, and I don't wanna like miss an opportunity to like connect with someone that could potentially be like a lifelong partner just because he's short.
Yeah. Also, just short people got a lot of love to give. Sure. I'm trying to shoot
I'm
you.
tall in my
I'm
heart.
trying to shoot you guys some bell for everyone
I'm
who looking be
tall
like, hey,
in my heart.
word up.
And I'm sure we all have a lot of love to give. It's just I immediately I'm just not attracted, but I'm also not opposed to getting to know someone if conditions are right. You know what I'm saying?
Is the community is the community a beautiful community? Like when you go into the room, do you see like a world of like beautiful,
I
like
am
woman, like,
enjoying, well, so beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
yeah, I knew that was coming.
And so
You can say that for
I
everything. For beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I love everyone melanate. Like I root and support everybody black. You know what I'm saying? And so like in this lifestyle and community, especially the spaces that I choose to put myself in, there is a smorgasbord of like different shades of brown from different walks of life that is fit into different size bodies, and comes with different sexuality and all of that. And so, in that respect, yes, it is beautiful. I feel like this current community that I am in is like the queens of sexuality, like because Queens
Okay.
is one of the most diverse
Yes.
um communities. So like, yeah, I'm in the queens of kink and relationships right
Is there, because I know we said we're using the word love. Is there a way that a man can be like, what is that labeled as? Is it just a relationship or a situationship? Or is it different because you use, people who love, like where you could, not be physical, like be in a monogamous relationship and then still be with like other people and love them without being intimate with them? Is that still labeled as like poly?
now.
You see what I'm saying?
In
Like,
the working definition of the word, if you are able to love, like genuinely,
yes.
like love more than one person, that makes you polyamorous. The amor is in amorous, and amor is love, and
Mm-hmm.
poly means many. So like many loves, you have many like loves, not just many people you're fucking. So you don't have to.
Because it don't always necessarily have to be about the fucking
No, it
aspect, right?
doesn't. You can really like legit just love someone just because of their existence and their being
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
how they
saying. I'm
bring
like,
joy and
so
pleasure
like,
into your life. Like, yeah. So yeah, that's another way to be polyamorous.
hmm so I mean, this isn't a community where they get psycho. They don't get crazy, right? Like you ever had like
I haven't
super crazy jealous ones who,
I
you
haven't
know,
experienced anything, and again, 2 years in. But I haven't experienced anything like that so far. I was in a relationship with somebody who said that he was polyamorous, but he's not. He's a polygamist. He only wanted me to be into him. I
yeah,
was never allowed to connect with anyone else.
yeah. So he was hating on you.
So I discovered, and he was my first intro to this. So I thought it was wrong, and I wasn't sure. And so I came to find out that he's a polygamist. And
Got
then,
it.
so that was a waste of my, not a waste, because I learned a lot, but it was really
But he was non. It
confusing.
wasn't honest. So it's kind of like it
I
wasn't.
also don't think he knew that about himself too, though. And then here I come because like I am kind of meta. I think about things, and so like I come with like questions, and I'm asking him questions, and so then that got him to thinking, and we landed, or I landed on, you are a polygamist, not a polyamorous person. And you could be polyamorous and polygamous, I guess, if the working definition is you can love multiple people, but then also there's a level of freedom that comes with polyamory that doesn't come with polygamy, because polygamy, you want everybody to yourself,
It's just for me.
but you love them all.
Yes, and you do.
But then with
Yes, for
polyamory, you love them all, and I love you enough to allow you
you
to be
for you so for
yourself and
you
go live
and
your
love
life.
the rest of the world,
Exactly.
as long as they're not non-melanated. In your case, right?
For me,
For you.
at this time,
So is it a big community? Is it hard to find?
no, it's not easy to find. Um, Legit, it's a Google search. If I have been introduced to this community called Susia. Um, and I believe the Spanish definition of like a slutty woman or like a whore, um,
Hmm.
Susia. And Susia is a community of black and brown folks of different sexual orientations and identities. Um, I was at a meet and greet yesterday. They're having a party coming, so I wanted to meet and greet some of the folks that I could potentially be in play mode with on Saturday. Um, and so that's one community, but there's like a bunch of others. Let's say you want more than just people of color and you want to be around white spaces for that too. There are more white spaces than there are spaces for people.
Oh, so this is a location that's just for non-melanated.
So
Well, people who come here is coming just for the non-melanated.
people who are associated with Susia come for like the acceptance and the love of people of color who just have different kinks and relationship styles. Like, of course, white folks find a way to get in, and so at these events, every now and then there will be some white folks there. But based on what I know from my experiences with the organization, I believe that it was created with people of color in mind. People of color and like people who identify different from the norm.
At least you know that there's something out there that exists.
There's so many things.
We're gonna go to break. We'll come back and we'll see what else Peggy has to say. We're live on set. So you love creating, you love music, and you deserve to have a studio that works for you, not the other way around. That's where Some Law comes in. These guys, they're unapologetically dedicated to doing it right from the start. Some Law knows every project is unique. They'll set you up with a smart budget plan that's built around your vision. They're with you every step of the way, checking in, guiding, making sure you're always on track. With us, there's no more struggling between wants and needs. They get what's essential so you can focus on what matters. Hey, the governor trusted, and it's simple. They care about bringing your ideas to life. So, photo shoots, headshots, videos, music production, Some Law has the experience to bring your vision out of your head and into the world. Don't wait any longer. Call us and take the next step to share what you've been dreaming of. And I'll see you guys in the studio. Oh man. Conversations. So many things you learn on this show. Tell me you didn't learn something today. Tell me you didn't learn something today. We have Peggy. In this lifestyle, what are some of the things you have to learn? You have to know how to pivot and to survive and be a part of it. A little bit closer.
Sorry.
Sure, I
Yeah.
get you.
So first and foremost, you have to have a better understanding, I think, of who you are and what you want and
Mm-hmm.
why. Um, you also have to be prepared to switch friends and lose friends. Um, because not everybody's going to understand this journey and not everybody's going to be in support of it, and people are judgmental. And so you're going to have to make some decisions about who you share this part of yourself with, and be ready to risk losing some friends. Um, you also should like if you especially like if you are somebody that's like older,
When you say older, you mean as in
80s babies,
80s babies? Okay, so
70s babies, like older.
pretty much like 40s and up.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's and let's say you're choosing to embark on this journey, um the way you experience it is going to be based on you being able to like let certain mindsets go, um and jealousy. You have to figure out a way around jealousy, and because jealousy is internal, jealousy is a you problem, not a them problem.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And so you have to do some internal work, and the work is not going to be done over a weekend. I've been working on trying to process jealousy and like stop the negative self-talk and like stop trying to compare myself to other people. That's like a real fucking process.
What
And
I'm so curious to what y'all compare yourselves to.
so it depends, yo. Like
Could it be anything
women,
like tits, ass,
anything. Yup.
anything
Her
here,
eyelashes got look better than
eyelashes?
mine, or her nails, or any yo. It legit could be anything. Like it could be you could see the object of your affection, but the object of his affection. That shit is jarring and shocking, and not something that monogamous people are used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not used to seeing the love of my life with somebody that he also loves. What the fuck? It's not me.
But when you say the love of my life,
Hmm.
and then you're with other people.
This is I'm speaking in regards to like a monogamous person and the shock value. Like
Oh, got it.
you're not used to seeing the love of your life with somebody that he also loves, and it's
Word.
not
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Like that shit is
And the
tough.
attention, the
Hmm.
affection.
So jealousy
Yeah,
for different people
yes.
sparks for different
Very
reasons.
much so. Hell yeah, of course.
But no matter what the reasons, it's a you problem because they're just living. And so like you internalizing
Now, how the
and
fuck they gonna tell me how to live, how to love? Can't tell us how someone love, right?
so like if you're embarking on this journey, that is definitely something that you should also consider spending some time working on. Otherwise it's going to be really hard, and I'm no expert. I'm also still learning and also still practicing, but these are the things that I am learning so far.
Do you so do you date, is it like dating weekly, frequently, or do you, when wintertime come around, do you have yourself your winter your winter lover and y'all just stay locked in? But it's
Mm,
not, because it's not monogamy.
it depends. Like if it's winter time, it doesn't matter the fucking season. If I meet somebody and we connect and we want the same things, then it is what it is, no matter the season. So like the current lover that I have, and right now I only have one, but I'm also like vetting a few others. Like for me, I'm not just gonna fuck you because you want the same things. Like I need to know some things and like get to know you a little bit. And so there's a vetting process for me, and there's a few people that I am getting to know to see if I want to then move them into lover phase, or to see if like, oh, you have partner potential. And so I want to get to know you even more. You know what I'm saying? So like there are people in the roster that I'm vetting. But right now there's one person that I call a lover, and that's just what it is.
Is you don't have to approve of who they choose, right?
No, that's none of my business. Because I'm not dating them. You're dating them. That's your cross to bear. I don't have nothing to do with your choices, homie.
So is it like it's like a specific? I know everybody must have their own preference, like their own type
Hmm.
of what they want.
Hmm. And if that includes white women, I asked from the very beginning, and I'm never going to be like, well, you can't fuck with me if you're going to fuck with white women. If you also like white women, I'd be like, all right, dope, fist bump, good luck on your journey. And then that's
And then
it.
you leave them alone.
We can be friends.
But what about if they want you though?
I'm not the one for you. There's so many other people that are out there for you though.
But you can't. But then you can't tell somebody
Again,
who to love.
again, my preference. And so I'm
So
not gonna
so you only deal with men that only deal with
I have in me
colored women.
currently right now I cannot kiss or suck a dick that's been in or on a white person. I cannot do that for the culture.
You, I love you said that.
I can't. And this is who I am currently. And
How
again,
how do you
I
feel?
may evolve later, but right now this is who I
How
am.
do you feel about Dr. Umar Johnson?
I don't feel.
I want to know.
I don't.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
I do.
I mean, he's like right on brand. Y'all sound like your cousins.
I'm gonna stay away
You
from.
never ever have to never touch her.
Listen, again, touch who you want.
Yes.
Touch who the fuck you want. My preference is that I am not entangled with anyone who desires that for now. That's not in my ministry, not today.
Okay, so if there was somebody out there, right, like you have that camera right there, you haven't looked at all. Yeah, you haven't looked for the first time. It's like, hi, how are you? Good to see you. For anyone who maybe see you and say, oh wow, she's actually like, I'm interested. I could be her love.
Oh
How could they
God.
find you?
I guess contact you.
Oh shit, you're your own Jack. Do they have to be like a certain like I know like I like different preferences? Like, do they have to be like you like to be with men only?
Sometimes.
Okay, so you like to be with people who got their shit together.
Who doesn't?
Some people
Who
like
likes messy
some
people?
people like projects.
Oh no, I don't like I'm too
So you
old.
want-
I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm tired.
So that's what I'm
Please
saying.
come semi together.
So come together like
Semi together.
401k.
Minimum.
Then
You could have a 403B. That's
you know,
fine.
be off for the summer.
You don't
Be
have
school
to.
teacher.
Listen, you don't have to. Just come semi. Life is life in. Our president is different. You know,
Yes.
America is different. Life is
America
life in.
totally different.
And so, like, you know, just be semi together. You ain't got to be all the way together.
All right.
I get it.
All right. All right. What should people know about, you know, being a part of this? If there was like a thought, like what's the benefits of being in,
Non-monogamous or poly.
well, yeah, well, yes. I mean, I look at it as in when people loving each other for real, and like how if they have children, everybody's one. Everybody have different positions to play in the household to make it good for you know for everyone, the children, the homework. Who like, everybody have different positions to play. That's how I see it. When you're dealing with people who are all like living together or loving one another and being that way, you know, versus, you know, where it's just, you know, man, woman, or woman, or man and woman. Because you could be gay and you could be lesbian, but you don't have to be poly.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think at the end of all of this, whether you are monogamous or poly anything, or ethically non monogamous or asexual, or however the fuck you identify, I think at the end of all of it, it is all supposed to be pleasurable. You're supposed to like it. It is supposed to feel good. It's not supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to be on the opposite of the things that I just listed. So like at the end of any sexual experience, it is to make you feel good. It's really about pleasure and care and experiencing like authentic love and receiving it and being able to like reciprocate it. That's really the umbrella, I think, of all of this. People are in search of authentic connections for the pleasure and for the care and for the love. We all want to fucking be cared for.
That's for a fact. We all want to feel that love, feel some type of connection, some type of wholesome
And I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but like the or anyone, but the older I get, the less I am willing to just have one night stands and just be out here. Like I legit want to know who you are,
Yeah.
human, and like what steps you went through to
Yeah.
get to
And
this
where you're
place.
going in life, and
Like I
how
really
could maybe I could assist? You know what I'm saying? That's why I mentioned like some like projects, like they be trying to just fix a
nah,
motherfucker
I'm not down
completely. I'm
for a
like, nah, I need to
project.
see. I need to see. You have to have something going on for
No,
yourself.
yeah, I'm good on a project.
So, is there anything else that we need to learn about Peggy before we wrap this up?
Just I guess, and we can do a part two if the spirit moves you. But within my journey, the last
With
2 years
hot toddies,
with hot toddies
always.
or Peggy 75s, Peg
Oh, next
75s,
one's Peggy 7.
um, I've also learned and discovered like BDSM. And do you know what that is?
Um, um,
You're familiar with that
I'm in every
acronym?
community, just so you know.
Okay.
Even if I was just saying it to my boy, he hated the fact he does live events, and I said, well, you got to also, like embrace like the LGBT. He said, oh no, but I don't. I said,
No, you
you
have
have no
to.
choice. When you
What?
do live events, motherfucker, it's live. Who you think
Yeah.
is living in the building? You heard me?
Yeah.
I said you're a part of every letter, every situation, even if you are engaging in it or not. I mean, that's just you're a part of. And I'm in
Everybody's
Soho.
community.
I'm
Yeah.
in Soho, baby.
Yeah.
There ain't no way you could get around it. There ain't one TV show you could watch
Without any of that happening.
without any
Oh,
of
does
that.
this light being off affect anything? Uh, okay. No, I mean, I was just wondering if it affects anything.
Nah,
I've never been in a setup like this. But anyway, so what were we talking about?
I was
Oh,
asking.
BDSM. And so I've discovered like my own set of kinks and my own set of fetishes. Peggy actually stands for Pegasus. I've discovered that I like pegging men. We can talk about that on another episode. So Peggy is short for Pegasus. And if you don't know what pegging is, Google it. I'm not here to, you know.
So did you give yourself that name, or did someone else give you that name?
I was in a femdom school. I was learning how to be a dom. And I had to come up with a name so that clients knew who to ask for when they called the dungeon.
Okay,
And
got it.
so
There we go. That's what I was wondering. I knew I had to start from.
I came up with Pegasus. And so Peggy for short. When I'm in play spaces and things like that, I'm Peggy. So I've discovered that. I've also discovered a love for shibari. I was a rope bunny. I think I still am. I just haven't been tied up in a while. I'm looking for a good rigger. I would like for him to be melanated.
Know how to tie you up and hit those right spots without
We
inconveniencing you.
there doesn't need to be anything besides the pleasure of tying me up and me enjoying being tied.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like nothing sexual has to happen.
I hear what you're saying.
So I like being a bunny, and I also like being a rigger. So I'm learning how to do some ties, and I'm learning more about the history of shibari. So I've discovered some kinks and some fetishes that I am exploring, and I'm seeking partners to explore these things with. Again, I am looking for another rigger. The last partner I had was a
you're
rigger.
taking applications. She's
Only if
taking
you know what you're
applications.
doing.
She's taking applications only if you know what you're doing. Believe that.
Only if you know what you're
Only
doing.
if you know what you're doing. Yeah, you know what? I would love to review more of this down the line.
Another episode.
I'm looking forward to it. Peggy, thank you for pulling up on the set.
Thank you for
I've known you
having
for a
me.
very,
I was
very long
very
time.
nervous.
Well, how was it? How did you feel?
I
Was
didn't
it that
die.
difficult?
I didn't die.
You didn't
I
die.
survived.
You
I'm
good?
here. I think so.
All right. And now you can just go on with your life and finish up everything else that you have to do for this illustrious spring break.
Yes, I'm happy about spring break. Happy.
And guys, tap into what you love. Love yourself first and foremost for free. And don't be out there trying to give your love to everybody if you ain't got no genuine love for yourself, because it starts here. Oh, it always start here, baby. Gotta feel good on the inside before you can give any love away. Do you read the Bible?
I used to be a Bible thumper, yes.
Do you believe in that saying, cup pouring over? You know, your cup runneth over. You
Hmm.
can't give to others until you are full of love yourself, huh?
Yep. That's where
All
it
right.
starts. You got to love yourself first.
Real though. Peggy, thank you for pulling up on the set. Guys, we're live on the set. And sit back, take notes, do your research. Hopefully you learned something from this. I sure enough did. Believe that. Thank you. Peace.
Hey,
Finn.
all done.
Done?
I'm hungry.